What's going on, swim fans? Welcome back to Whiteboard Wednesday. In today's video, I'm gonna share with you how to swim faster with fins. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through all the different types of fins, some important considerations if you're looking at picking up a new pair of fins or your first pair of fins or another pair of fins. We're gonna talk about the benefits of fins, how to actually train with fins, and at the end of the video, I'm gonna walk you through a few different workout examples, and you're gonna see how the workouts progress and how you can incorporate fins to get the most out of them. If you guys are new here, welcome to MySwimPro. My name is Ferris, and I'm here to help you take your swimming to the next level. So if you wanna swim faster and smarter than ever before, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and let me know down below in the comments what your favorite type of fin is, and if you have any questions, we're happy to help. So let's go ahead and talk about the different types of fins. I have 5 different types of fins with me right here. We're gonna walk through each of the different types, but let me break it down for you here on the whiteboard. So 4 different types in category, and the first are short fins. Now you might be thinking to yourself, like, why are there so many different types of fins? There's so many different shapes and lengths and colors and flexibilities, and oh my God, it can be very, very overwhelming. Take a deep breath. No need to be overwhelmed. Let's go over it. So short fins are really designed to mimic normal swimming. So this should be the closest to your technique. Contrast that with long fins. You might see some scuba divers swim with these long fins. I have a pair actually right here, and you can see the difference. Look at these 2 fins, same size, and one is clearly much, much longer. If you guys like my beautiful drawing here on the whiteboard, make sure you destroy that like button. But basically, you got 2 main different types of fins, long fins and short fins. The short fins mimic normal swimming speed because this is just an extension of your foot. The long fins, on the other hand, are great for underwater swimming. That's why they're used in snorkeling. So if you're trying to mimic the overwater swimming tempo and, butterfly, freestyle, and backstroke, the shorter fin is gonna be your best bet. If you're going for the underwater propulsion and the dolphin kick, and of course, if you're scuba diving or snorkeling, you're gonna have a longer fin. You can probably go faster with the longer fin, but it's not a realistic feeling of speed. So big difference between short fins and long fins. You may have seen something called a monofin, and these monofins are basically 2 long fins, but even longer, glued together, and you have this just giant thing that simulates like a mermaid or a merman. And believe it or not, they actually have a competitive sport called fin swimming, and people go down the pool so fast, it's absolutely mind-blowing. You also see free divers use a giant monofin, and there's different kinds specific for that. And swimmers will actually use the monofin to work on the underwater dolphin kick, really engage the core and kick in both directions. We'll talk about technique in just a little bit, but that's why the monofin is used. If you guys haven't seen how fast people can go with a monofin, I think the world record is something like 12 or 13 seconds in a 50-meter pool. And that's swimming like kicking 9 kilometers per hour. For reference, the world record in the 50-meter freestyle is a 20.9. So imagine going from 20 down to 13 or 12 seconds. Absolutely mind-blowing. And you can use it in the pool and you can check it out. Now, there's also something called positive drive fins. And before I talk about those, just remember any recommended fins will be linked down below in the description, all the stuff that I'm talking about if you want to pick up your own pair. So we have these things called positive drive fins. So I have 2 different examples here with me. This is a Blue Kind by Laguna fin, and this is another fin. Basically, you slide your feet into these, and these simulate all 4 strokes. So you can do breaststroke with these, you can do butterfly, backstroke, and freestyle, and you can work on the underwater dolphin kick. That's something that you can't do with a lot of other fins, doing breaststroke. So definitely an important consideration. A lot of elite athletes will actually have one of each of these in their equipment bag. Maybe not the monofin, that might stay at the pool, but you'll have a different kind of fin for different purposes, and we'll go over those in just a little bit. But these are the positive drive fins. This is pretty cool. It's got MySwimPro branded on the back. That's pretty neat. And you can just slide your feet in, and it's really neat because you can do butterfly and then you can do breaststroke. So you can train the IM and get all the different strokes in with the positive drive fin. So we got over the 4 main categories. Now let's talk about important considerations and what differentiates these and how you should think about picking up a pair of fin and then incorporating the fins into your actual training. So the first thing is the length. We already talked about the difference between a long fin and a short fin. So I definitely recommend a shorter fin, especially for beginners and even advanced swimmers. The long fin's really only good for producing maximum speed, teaching yourself how to swim like above, well above race pace, but primarily working on the underwaters, right? So definitely think about the length. I recommend a shorter fin. The second area is flexibility. So some fins you'll notice are actually pretty stiff. This long fin is actually pretty stiff. So you might think, is that good? Is that bad? It really depends on your strength level and comfort in the water. So a much stronger swimmer can handle a stiffer fin and get more out of that. If you're a beginner swimmer, you want to have a very, very flexible fin. You want it to be very soft, and if it's not, it's going to be really difficult to move, and it's going to burn out your legs a lot more quickly, and you're going to fatigue so much faster, and you're not really going to enjoy the experience. Definitely recommend a softer, more flexible fin for beginners. And as you get into the more elite level, like this fin right here is very sturdy and you can go really fast. And you might look at these two fins and you think, well, obviously the longer fin is going to be faster than this shorter fin. When in fact, a lot of swimmers, myself included, could actually go faster with this fin than the longer one because this one's a little bit more flexible and this one's more sturdy and can produce more power. So it's something to consider. The next is comfort. Obviously, you have to be comfortable, and some fins are definitely more comfortable than others. And you can read reviews and you can tell, but normally the more flexible, the more beginner friendly, the more comfortable it's going to be. At the same time, I think both of these are pretty comfortable for myself. And finally, technical focus. So we already talked about the different types, whether it's a positive drive fin, the mono fin. That's really what's going to dictate which fin you end up getting. So if you're a beginner or intermediate swimmer and you're trying to mimic actual swimming technique and improve with drills and kicking and things like that, definitely recommend a shorter fin. If you're really trying to focus on an underwater technique and you really want to specialize in that, you might want to get the longer fin. And of course, if you want to do all the training, IM training, you're going to get a positive drive fin. So those are important considerations, but let's back up for a second. Like, why would I get fins in the first place? Isn't that cheating? Doesn't it mean you're cheating if you swim with fins? No. No, not at all. Here's why. So the first reason why you want to swim with fins is because it's going to make you swim faster. And you might be thinking, well, that sounds like cheating, because if it's going to just make you faster, I want to work for my swimming. And this is a very beginner mindset when it comes to swimming, because the reality is you want to position yourself in the water and in your swimming routine to maximize your time in the water, to get faster, to get more fit, to get a better workout in. So if your reason is any of the above is why you're swimming, to get faster, to lose weight, to improve your performance, to improve your health, to get a good workout in, mental clarity, all of those reasons are why you need to swim faster. And so when you swim with fins and you swim faster, it's not making it easier for you. If anything, the water is 800 times more resistive than air. So in order to move faster, you're actually moving through more resistance. And maybe in another lesson, we'll have some physics on the board. You can see how it's exponentially more resistance as you get faster. So you're actually going to work harder. Not only that, when you swim faster, you're teaching your body the proper mechanics to swim fast. Whereas when you don't have the fins on, you have to naturally produce that. So it's sort of like giving yourself a head start, and then your body is catching up, and it's training your body how to swim fast. That's one of the primary benefits of swimming with fins, especially if you're an elite level swimmer or more advanced. You want to teach your body how to swim faster. It's really amazing. The next is to improve your technique. So when you kick without fins, especially flutter kick or dolphin kick, you might not be very fast. And some of the benefits of working with fins is that you can actually improve your technique. It makes it easier to kick, makes it easier and faster to do drills. It can hold up your body position, and that's one of these we have on here, improve your body position, so that way you can actually swim higher in the water and learn how to actually swim with a high body position. Much easier with fins. It can improve your ankle flexibility. We talked about the stiffness of some of these fins, and so you actually want to have pointed toes when you swim. You want to reduce drag and increase propulsion. And when you have this stress, just a little bit of stress, it can actually increase your ankle flexibility, which is huge to improve your swimming even when you're not wearing fins. It can reduce your shoulder stress because you have more of an engine in the back. You know how in a car you have front wheel drive and rear wheel drive? Well, imagine you're putting some boosters on the rear wheel drive. You want to be all wheel drive, four wheel drive when you swim normally, but imagine adding a little bit more horsepower on the back end. And that's what's happening with fins, so that the front is more kind of like steering the ship or steering the car. Too many analogies, but you get what I mean. Steering the direction that you're going. So we got reduced shoulder stress. What else do we have? Improved body position. We already talked about that. Increased strength. Yes. If you're trying to swim faster, you have to train faster and you have to get that muscle engagement. When you train with fins, you're basically increasing the amount of muscle required just to move through the water, just to do the motion of the kick. Remember, in kicking, we want to kick up and down. We're kicking in both directions, engaging both sides of the body. We'll talk about that with the drills. And you want to maximize the amount of leverage you have with your own body in the water. That means muscle recruitment. It means using all the musculature you have to go faster, and that makes it harder and a better workout as well. And of course, the variety of training. I love this. It's so much more interesting when you swim with equipment, especially fins. You can do all sorts of fun stuff. I did mention that if you want to swim faster, you can use fins. I did an awesome video last year where I challenged myself how fast I could go without fins and with fins. I also swam in a business suit and in a morph suit, and I was able to go under 20 seconds with a pair of fins. And I can't normally swim under 20 seconds in a 50-yard freestyle. So if you want to see how fast I went, make sure you check out that video. You can also see how slow I went in the business suit. So definitely the benefits of fins are many, including variety of training. Now let's talk about how to use the fins when you get to the pool and how to incorporate them into workouts. Now, before we get into this, if you're interested in how you should actually structure your training, get a training plan, personalize workouts, and actually have sets personalized to you, you have to check out the MySwimPro app. The app is available for iPhone and Android. We have dozens of training programs specific to your actual goals, and you have personalized intervals that adapt to how fast you're swimming, and every single set will tell you what equipment to use, and we modify the workouts as you go. So if you want to check out the MySwimPro app, please do so. It's available on iPhone and Android. You can sync to your Apple Watch and a Garmin smartwatch. Now let's talk about how to use fins. The first rule of thumb is to have a proper warm-up. I normally don't advise swimmers start with their fins. Start all natural is what I call it. No equipment, no problem. Get your body warmed up, get the muscle recruitment firing, and then load the resistance as you go through the workout. And loading that resistance, so that's what I have here, increased load progression. That's what I'm talking about when you're adding in different pieces of equipment. So you start out easy in the warm-up, you really get that muscle engagement going, you get the heart rate, you get the blood flowing, and then you start to load the equipment. And normally, when you swim, you'll start with, freestyle. Maybe you'll do a 50, 100, 200, 500. That'll be your freestyle. Then, and only then, you'll probably get into a kick set or a drill set or something like that, and that's when you would start to load in the resistance of the fin. And I have this fun 50% capacity rule. Now this applies for all equipment, not necessarily fins, but you want to think about it on a workout basis or a weekly basis or even a monthly basis. I like weekly basis, where all of your equipment needs are less than 50% of the total volume of your training. There's a lot of words in there, but let's say you swim 10,000 meters per week. Ideally 5,000 or less is with equipment. It could be fins, that's the most common piece of equipment, but if it's paddles, buoy, stuff like that, try and keep it 50% or less. Now, if you're a more elite swimmer, there might be times where you actually push past that with different pieces of equipment, but in general, it's a rule of thumb, 50% capacity or less. And finally, there are different fins based on the set. So we're gonna get into a few different sets here, but remember, there's different kinds of fins and they have different purposes. We have the positive drive fins, which allow you to do all of the strokes. We have long fins that really work on your underwaters. And then you have fins that are a little bit shorter, and these are focused on normal swimming. I also forgot to mention that some fins are designed for different things. So right here I have a Zoomer 2 by Finis, and these fins actually help you work on the under kick. So two phases of the kick. You have an up kick and you have a down kick, and sometimes, and these arenas do the same thing, but basically they allow you to get more resistance on one wave of the kick compared to others. And we're gonna talk about how you can apply that into training right now. So I've got 3 different levels of workouts, and you're gonna see how I actually adapt the same workout 3 different ways. We have level 1, level 3, and level 5. You might be wondering, where's level 2 and where's level 4? But these levels are actually from the MySwimPro app. So if you've made it this far in the video and you haven't checked out the app, what are you waiting for? Go download the app and you can see workouts like this with the equipment layered in. So we have 5 levels in the MySwimPro app. The first level, workouts are anywhere from 500 to 1,000 meters. So this is definitely a more beginner set. So you're gonna start with 450s freestyle, followed by 425s kick with the fins, and I have an F represented where you swim with the fins. And so these 425s kick, we're gonna do them really unique. The first 25 is streamlined kick on your stomach. The second 25 is on your right side. Third 25 on your left side. backside, and the final 25 is on your back. So by kicking in all 4 planes of motion, you're really working on developing the proper kick mechanics, and doing this with fins helps you increase the resistance you have in the water so that you can improve your technique, and it's gonna be great. Then you're gonna go 450s, freestyle down, backstroke, back. It's a great set because you have to go into that with a flip turn. If you can't do a flip turn, no problem. But it really works on that underwater, and you really get that engagement doing freestyle and backstroke with the fins. Then we got 425s freestyle descend, which means you get faster on every 25. And then 350s silent swimming. Perfect technique. That whole workout right there is 750 meters, and 400 meters of it is with fins. And if you remember, we have that 50% capacity rule. We're just above that, but it's about half, so close enough, 50% with fins. Let's move to level 3. Level 3 is a 2,000 meter workout. Remember, there are 5 levels in the MySwimPro app. Level 3, level 2, level 3, level 4 are most swimmers. They're gonna be in that category of, 1,500 meters, 2.5, 3, 4,000 meters. That's the sweet spot. But this level 3 workout, we start with a 300 freestyle, followed by 825s drill, just as I explained in the prior level. Level 1, where we did a 25 kick streamline on your back, 25 kick on your right, 25 kick on your left, and then 25 kicks on your stomach. So you have 4 planes of motion that you're developing the kick mechanics, and with fins, it's so much better. If you want to add a snorkel, add a snorkel. But basically, you're gonna do that 2 rounds because you got 825s. Then you're gonna go 650s kick. Now these are dedicated 50s kick. You can do them streamlined, work the underwaters, definitely the benefit of fins. Now the main set is much different than level 1 because we actually have a proper main set. We're gonna really get some volume here, a little bit of volume. We're gonna go 200 pull, we're gonna let off the legs, no fins on that. Then we're gonna go with fins, 450s, freestyle, backstroke. Remember what I mentioned before? You wanna get that flip turn, dolphin kick, really work the underwaters there. Then we're gonna go a 100 freestyle, fast with fins. We're really trying to mimic race pace or above race pace speed, because remember, one of the benefits of fins is to swim faster. You wanna train and teach your body how to swim fast. So you're gonna do 100 there, 2 rounds of that, and then 2 100s silent. That's a 2,000 meter workout, and we're 1,100 meters with fins. So a little bit more, 55% of the volume is with fins. We're close to the 50% capacity, but this is just one workout for the scope of example of this video. So hopefully you can follow along with that. Now the final workout is the level 5. Now we're getting into the fun stuff. This is a 4,000 meter workout. 2,800 meters of it is with fins. So we're really packing on the equipment here. And here's how you do it. 500 freestyle warm up. Then we're gonna go 825s drill just as we did in the prior 2 workouts. You're gonna go 25 on your stomach, 25 on your right, 25 on your left, 25 on your back. The back and front, you can alternate, but you get the idea. 4 planes of motion, you're really trying to develop that kick evenly. Then you're gonna go 1250s kick. If you notice, we're progressively loading by level. They're getting more and more distance and more intensity. We're really focusing on underwaters. If you're a level 5 swimmer, you should be able to push those underwaters. If you're a level 5 swimmer, you know what I'm talking about when I say underwater. So if you're a beginner, basically what we're saying is, the distance you go off the wall, if you're a more advanced swimmer, you're gonna go anywhere from 7, 8, 9, 10 plus meters underwater in streamline before even breaking the surface, just from the push and the underwater undulation, the dolphin kicks. The main set, we're gonna go 4 rounds. We got a 300 pull, followed by 650s, freestyle down, backstroke back, and then a 200 freestyle. Not necessarily all out effort, but with the fins, and I'd like you to descend every single round. So we're going 4 rounds. That 200 freestyle is a max effort on round number 4. It should be for time, and you should be able to go faster than your best time. If you think about some of the fastest swimmers in the world, like a Caleb Dressel, he can go 39 seconds in 100 freestyle. Guaranteed in practice, if he had a pair of these on or something like that, he'd probably go under 40 seconds, maybe from a push, which sounds absolutely ridiculous, but that's the benefit of fins, to teach your body how to swim at or above race pace. You're gonna finish off with 3 100s, silent swimming. That's 4,000 meters, 2,800 of it was with fins specifically, and as you can see, a progression across the 3 different workouts. Like I said, if you guys want workouts like this, if you want training plans, if you want intervals associated to these workouts so you know how fast to swim, effort levels, equipment incorporation, all of it in the MySwimPro app. Once again, let me know down below in the comments what questions you guys have and what your favorite kind of fin is. If you watch it all the way to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. Thank you again for being a loyal member of the MySwimPro global community. And if you want to catch us somewhere outside of this video, make sure you join the Facebook group, biggest digital swimming community in the entire world. I'm in there. I hope to see you in there. Wish you guys the best. I'll see you at the next video, and happy swimming. Bye.